What's up, everyone? This is going to be a video about farming HBMS. Kind of complements a post I made in the Android forums, which I suppose I'll try to provide a link to. I never did a YouTube video, so I'll figure it out, but hopefully that's not too hard. It's going to be kind of long. I saved up 6 turns, so kind of just blab about what's going on as it's going. I'm using a side base, which isn't terribly original. The 2 primary things that I'm doing differently, I think, than most people, and that are really critical, are the fact that I'm not using Santa. I think he's not going to help you in the long run in high HBMs. I'll describe why. And just the position of these hero bases. See that formation I got going on? I think this is a really critical formation. The 2 rows of 3, they could get you into trouble sometimes. I'll also describe why. The other thing that's really critical but not terribly different is just the fact that you need really high defensive capability. So you want really high level crests, even if they're ordinary crests. So defensive main talents and defensive crests are really important. The only little difference between the base and the post is that I removed the 6 pieces of wall that were in front of Cupid, and I kind of put them in that little staggered formation, tiny little staggered formation on the outside. I don't know if that's good, because see this front spawn, Cupid's going to take a ton of aggro, and if that is a boss, that could be, if it's a centaur boss, I can get in trouble sometimes. I like it because of this. See how it takes a little bit longer for the ninja to get through there, and all these guys basically, because sometimes I feel like Pumpkin Duke is not as efficient as he should be. Sometimes when it's a straight path, the heroes just run right through, and Pumpkin Duke seems to just run with them instead of hitting anybody. And so the staggered formation really helps him get a couple of extra smacks in. Might just be an unlucky thing or a lucky thing. I don't know what really makes or breaks Pumpkin Duke starting to get his hits off, but I feel like those extra 3 pieces might help. I'm not totally sure about that. But anyway, those other three criteria, no Santa, hero base formation, and defensive crests, are really important. So the no Santa is really important because when he hits the wave that's attacking you, he is golden. But right now, look at these. Everyone's going to be swallowed whole, right? I'm going to get Pixie. It went so fast. Pixie procced probably and took away that giant molt debuff, which is really handy. And also, even with everyone swallowed by that wave, I got tons of heals coming through. So not only, you could say Santa will wipe that wave out fast, but there's a chance that Santa's going to proc and send both his missiles to that back wave that spawned. And that doesn't help me at all. Right? That's just going to still leave all those heroes to deal with that wave that's in your face. So that's not a good situation. Don't want that. And I think that's one reason Santa doesn't always come through for you. I'm also trying to get these, these quests done at the same time. I got some fairy dragons brewing, so I might do that in between waves. Put that little row of bombs in there just because, I don't know, I get a little paranoid about an immediate front spawn. I don't have a whole lot of revites on my people, so I kind of like to slow them down, let them deal with those bombs while I get some energy for the following rounds. But so Santa is great, but not always great, and he's a little weird. I don't know what it is, if it's his slow attack or what, but if he ever gets isolated, I feel like he's doomed. You know, even if you put a nice life drain on him or something, he doesn't seem to survive well when he's isolated. And the positions that get isolated are going to be, you know, these two, either this, where Pixie is, where Vlad is, Malt, or Druid. Those positions seem to be able to get isolated. And so if you put Santa in any one of those, at some point, I feel like he's going to get in trouble. Okay, so not only is Santa not always coming through for you 100%, but you're going to take so much aggro from HBMS. These heroes, there's so many of these damn heroes, and they're so damn strong that you're going to need tons of heals. One healer, I don't think, is enough. You could definitely beat S, but are you going to be able to do it consistently without two healers? I don't think so. You'll see at some point heroes are going to be near death in this video, and with massive heals from each Pixie and Druid, they're almost going to come back to life without having that revive. Right? That is really critical. And the way to make Pixie really useful, at least from what I've found, is you got to level her up and you got to get her attack speed up. So that's, I think, why some people are just not really wanting to believe that she's useful, because they don't want to take the risk of leveling her up. Like, Santa's useful in a million game modes. Pixie, it's not so clear if he's as useful. She's going to get isolated here, so she might go down unless I have a timely Vlad proc. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and hopefully, and we got Pumpkin Duke not getting keyed in on. That's good. That's why you keep him in the middle. He's the melee hero. He's always going to be inside the mobs. So you want him in that middle position because, whoa, look at this giant wave right in front of me. The reason I'm able to probably handle this so well is because Pumpkin Duke has an insane berserk on him. Before I started really farming S, I had a 5 Zerk on Pumpkin Duke, and I could handle S most of the time. Maybe like, I don't know, 75% of the time or something. Maybe 80. But when the last update came out, I had enough, runes to get him to 8 Zerk, and that is just a huge, huge difference. I know that Revite Pumpkin Duke is really amazing player versus player and in certain game modes, but in HBM it is not. It is not at all. 8 Zerk is the best possible talent I think you could have for him. Is this good? There we go. Got one more. 8 Zerk is the best possible talent. You could see that after I got that 8 Zerk, even, you know, if I go to S here, you know, I'm first in S4 and I'm first in S5. I don't know if I'm on these. Yeah, I'm 4th in S1. I don't know where I am on these other S2, S3. But that's because of a combination of the base and the 8 Zerk. Because the base, because it's really butt right up against the end there, if you ever get a 2 waves spawning right at that entrance, you have the possibility of taking it out fast. So, see that Town Hall, just take Thunder God proc? It's good enough there. The buildings in this position is ideal. A lot of people try to put the Town Hall right here, bad idea. Because what happens is these heroes get really close. See how they're really close to the wall? And if this, if that guild hall goes down, when the heroes are too close or too close to the wall and my heroes are like too far out to the edge, it's possible with this base for them to start trying to break through the wall at the corner or the side there. It doesn't happen a lot, but it definitely happens. If you had Town Hall 21, I suppose you could figure something out to not make that happen, but the easiest thing that I've found to not make it happen is just to just get rid of that Town Hall, push it a little bit further away. It's going to absorb just as many Thunder God procs there. And if you do take a Thunder God proc, the double heal will hopefully help you out. See, Vlad is so critical, right? I mean, look at Pumpkin Duke. He's got no health. He just took one heal already. But having Vlad wipe out that wave as fast as possible, look at that. I got another 2 heals, and Pumpkin Duke's back to life. He's got to revive, because the fact that he's melee and he's always jumping into those waves, he's gonna die at some point, and you need something to bring him back. Ooh, see, Cupid's taking a lot of aggro that time. That's why I like Cupid in the front. I like to kind of distribute the aggro. Pumpkin Duke is in the wave. He's going to get some action. People are going to key on him. But Cupid's in the front, which is going to get him some action sometimes. So it kind of like divvies up who's getting all the hits. And in that way, I sort of I don't have to worry so much about, 40 enemies hitting one guy and take him out in a blink of an eye. It happens though. I found that this is one of the toughest spawns. See how they come? Okay, good. Molt went to the giant molt. My molt went to the giant molt. This is one of the toughest spawns because what sometimes happens in that situation is that the giant molt will go to the right. Someone else will go to the left, and they kind of divide and conquer me. Because you really want to debuff that giant molt. And if my molt doesn't go to the giant molt, it's you could still win, but it's a little scarier because that giant molt procs is so strong. It's so devastating. Get a couple more fairy dragons. The reason that I put Cupid in the front is to gain as much energy for my other heroes as possible. Now, Cupid does have a 4/5 revive, so he's going to quickly buff everyone up. But in general, I like him in the front because I want him to pop off a couple of hits before Vlad and Molt come in and just annihilate everybody in one shot. When that happens, it's great, but at the same time, it steals your energy. It steals the energy, possible energy from the other heroes. I might take a big Thunder God proc. Yeah, see, Thunder God, I think he had that Cupid buff on him. I'm not sure. But, that's where you want 2 healers. See how they're all coming in the left. Say I only have 1 healer. It's only Druid. Okay, now I'm not going to get a very timely heal because it's going to take a while for Druid to get in on this action. Whoa, you see, so Cupid, Pixie just suicided on somebody. That is really annoying. I don't know. This is the other reason you want 2 heroes. I don't know why Pixie will kill people. I think the enemies have really high blade shell. Somebody does, because for no apparent reason, I will often have some hero kill themselves. If it's Pixie, that is not a deal breaker. It's not great. I don't want that to happen because the double heal is really useful. But at the same time, I got the other healer, and I think the big 3 you want to continue to keep alive. There you go, get some heals in there. The big 3 you want to continue to keep alive up until the last wave are Vlad, Molt, and Pumpkin Duke. Those are like the real critical heroes. Alright, back spawns are my friend if I only have 1 healer, because it splits up the wave. See, I got the flying guys coming in the back, and I'm going to have the other guys slowly coming in the front, and it just gives me time to get some heals in, to deal with these enemies. So that's, let's hope I have a couple of more back spawns. When you get that big front spawn, that's when you're going to want those 2 healers, because, okay, this is good. Back spawns are our friend. So that's also why I got Vlad and Molt in the back positions there, because those flying units are super dangerous. Their biggest danger is probably them taking out some of your buildings. because at Town Hall 20, my buildings are not really that high. Whoa, I did get a lot of buildings taken out. My buildings are level 21. Most of them are level 21 right now inside this base. And so their HP, I think, is 60k. And it's not really enough for HBMS. So you run into this scary situation where your heroes survive a lot of times, but your bases don't. That's never good. All right, let's see where, if I get a direct front spawn, that could be trouble. Okay, I think this is a good spawn for me. As long as I could proc, I got this vault in the front, which is going to be hard for the giant molt to get to. And I got Pumpkin Duke proc, and yeah, this is good. See, no one's really looking at that vault. As long as these heroes don't turn the corner and take it out too fast, I should be okay. That's good. Yeah, that worked out well. So yeah, I don't know why my heroes commit suicide sometimes. That's not the first time I've seen it. It's never a good thing. But like I said, if you got Molt, Vlad, and Pumpkin Duke going into S5, you got to be pretty happy with those odds. Build these bombs. It's probably superstition. I don't even know how necessary it is. Keep getting these fairy dragons. One more time. It looks like I'll be set. I'll show you the heroes after this. After I finish these waves, I'll show you their skills and talents and everything. So see, that was nice. I like to keep the towers separate from the. I like to keep a couple of towers inside the base and a couple of vaults. That way, it seems to distribute the aggro again, like I said before. It's always nice to have some enemies going after one thing, some enemies going after another thing, because it just if they're all going after one, if it's a building, that building might go down super fast. And if it does go down too fast, the next thing they're going to look at is your heroes. And you want to avoid that for as long as possible. So the higher level of buildings, the better, obviously, for them to stay alive, but the longer they're going to just draw aggro, which is good. So they're all keyed in on that corner building, and that's why you want strong guys in the back. Try to take them out before they bring it down. Because if they bring that corner building down, then all of a sudden everyone's going to look at Pumpkin Duke or whoever's in the front as they're coming around that entrance. That's not ideal. The other thing about the position of the two healers is great, because any side they come from, I'm going to get some heals in on this. If they come from the left, I got Pixie. If they come from the right, I got Druid. And like I started to say earlier, is that to get Pixie to be really viable for this, she's got to have a high skill. I got her at 9 of 10. She's got to have a high inscription, obviously, because the higher inscription, the higher the attack, and the higher the heal. And she's got to have, I mean, I don't know if she's got to have, but I put a 5 Zerk on her, because I think she's got that 1500 attack speed, that just stinks. And so with the 4 or 5 Zerk, you bring her down to the 1200 attack speed level. And with 5 Zerk, you have the option to one day bring her to 7-8, which will give her the, which will bump her even further down to 1000 millisecond attack speed. So I don't know if I'm going to invest in that 7 of 8 right now. We'll see. There's other heroes I'm worried about. I think Pumpkin Duke is the most easy decision you can make if you got a 5 Zerk on him. The second decision I went for, I started pushing Vlad. I put him to 6 of 8 War God. I think that helps in HBMS. I know there's a little following of people saying that a defensive main talent on Vlad is better, or like a combination, like Bulwark is better, but I'm not so sure about that. The reason being, it's like, well, what exactly, how much HP do these heroes have that you don't think you need to take them out, that you could take them out fast enough without a War God? You know, what exactly is the cutoff? This is good. I mean, I'm gonna have oh, this is, I don't know about how good this is. This is like a little bit of a danger zone when we have Molt getting too far in the base. Because look at it, they're almost down. I got 1 volt. Wow, see, that was close. That's the way you're gonna lose if you're gonna lose this thing. You got the way to lose is to have what's it called? Is to have your bases go down. That was really close, and that does happen sometimes. HBMS is not perfect. I think if you had all level 25 buildings, you might be able to do this 100%, no problem, or as close to 100% as possible. But with these lower level buildings, they go down at some point. It's tough to protect them all. Sometimes it looks so easy, and sometimes it's just like, everything goes down, or some hero goes down, you get some weird spawn, and it just looks impossible. Alright, last one. But I put, so the War God on Vlad, my logic is I don't know what overkill is because I don't know how much HP these enemies have, and I know that when he procs, they don't immediately go down, which that's the ideal scenario. You know, I want them to proc, I want him to proc, and I just want everyone to die right away. See how Thunder got procced on all those buildings? That'll usually happen if there's enough of them up there. That's another reason you don't need the town hall right butt up against your base. But yeah, ideally, you just want Vlad to take these guys out as fast as humanly possible. You know, look at everyone buffed up by Cupid. I want and Vlad's almost dying, right? I want those waves gone. Need them gone fast. So I don't know what War God would really be too OP on Vlad. I feel like the more War God, the better, but you know, I'm not so sure. That's another reason Cupid is good up front. See how he gave everybody else energy? So everyone's ready to deal with this wave. This wave is going, even though I got this pretty gnarly front spawn, it's going down because everyone is just juiced up. And Vlad is critical, right? I mean, look at how he deals with these waves. Without Vlad, you're not doing any of this. You need Vlad. You need all these heroes for HBMS, I really believe. I know in the lower level HBMs, oh, look at this, I'm running into a little scary situation where I'm running out of buildings. I know in the lower level HBMs, there's always 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 heroes where you could probably sub them out and keep doing it at a high level. But I think all 6 of these heroes are really critical for HBMS. You need Molt to do the debuff on Vlad and just slow everyone else down. That's really awesome. You need Vlad to take out the waves. You need Pumpkin Duke to speed up the procs to take out that giant Molt. Cupid obviously is going to be critical to buff everyone's energy. Druid, same with buff and attack and healing. And Pixie, I think the double heal. Gotta have that double heal. And you see, I got her inscription so high and her skill so high, she's healing for more than Druid. She's healing for like 32, 33k, where Druid I don't think is cracking 30k. Another reason she's doing that is because I got a huge Revite crest on her. I got a level 4 Revite crest. The talent's not really doing anything for me. The base, it's just that it provides a really, who's he going after? See, that's a reason that Molt helps. Molt took some aggro, because even if Centaur Bust turns the corner, I got, even if Centaur Bust turns the corner, you debuffed his attack big time. And the other thing that's helping me with Molt is I got a high level life drain on him. So this is good. Everyone's looking at Vlad. I'll get a Molt proc off. So that's good. And I got Pumpkin Duke starting to stack. And look, high level life drain and the heals, Molt just took everyone out. So usually those hero bases are the last thing alive, which is why I try to level them first. I'm leveling them all. So you can see I got most of them are at 21, but I made that post a while ago, so some of them are starting to come up to 22 now. And that's nice because you could see I got 60k HP on the 21, 80k HP on the next ones. And this is interesting. If you ever try to go higher than 22, look at that. I needed level 21 Town Hall to get to the next one. Well, shit. You know, if you thought you could ignore your Town Hall to just build those up. So that's why I started leveling the Town Hall just recently. These 3 hero bases, they just finished for me like within the last couple of days. So you can see these vaults are all 21, and the towers are 10. They're pretty low, and the guild hall is 20. So their HPs are pretty low. These vaults are helping me, and the hero bases are helping me. And if I go into my heroes, just so you see their crests, these are critical. This is what's really enabling me to do this. So almost 9 of 10 on everyone, 8 of 8 Zerg, and the 4 revive crest. Look at the amount of HP buff on that. Okay, the set effect is amazing. You need it for Pumpkin Dude. But 35k, almost 36k HP buff. That is absurd. Just from the crest, right? That's on top of the insane inscription of 47k. You need high level crest. I got Cupid with the 4 stone skin. Again, boom, 20k HP just from the crest, right? So pretty soon everyone's gonna start having these, and Vlad's 8 of 8 War God is not gonna seem so useless, right? Because everyone's gonna have ridiculous amounts of HP. So 20k HP buff, and then the set effect, which is reducing damage by 20%. Amazing. That's why he's able to tank up front. Druid, I got a set effect 3 life drain, but you can see 2 of them are 4. Whenever I have enough red crystal or crest to bring one of those crests up, I do it because it buffs the base attack and the base HP. You can see I got a 15k HP buff. My second choice for Druid, I would love to try to get a 4 Zerk crest. That provides the most. Zerk crests provide the most base HP buff, so your healers will benefit the most from it. However, the HP buff, did I say the attack? It'll have the most attack buff. However, the HP buff is like the lowest of the legendary crests. I'm not sure about the other crests, and so he's gonna be, a little vulnerable. But with 4 Zerk and no cooldown, it does bring him down to the next 800 millisecond speed. So he might be able, with all those heals, it might pay off the faster attack and the bigger heal. I think at level 4 Zerk, it's more than 2k attack buff. That's insane. More than 2k. I mean, that's more than half of his base attack currently, and more than half of his inscription. Vlad, you need to keep this sucker alive, right? He's gonna draw aggro from the back a lot. And so I got level 4 tenacity crest on him. So I do want the combination of high attack and high HP, but I don't know if you want it in a single talent, right? We have 2 talents to kind of divvy that up with. So I don't know what you want to do. 5 tenacity main talent, and I don't know, like War God secondary talent. But I go with the War God main, 6 of 8, you can see 8 of 10, and the 4 tenacity secondary. Ton of HP, more HP than the stone skin at 22, and then the 25% HP just overall buff. So that's actually mathematically equal to having a level 4 stone skin. People have shown that. I didn't show this main talent. I got a 5 Flame Guard on Druid. You can see his HP is his base HP is a little lower than anybody else. So I like to keep him alive longer. I don't see the need to take him past 7 of 10. You could do it, but it's just not a huge payoff. So I'm working on other guys first. And did I show Cupid? He's got a 4 or 5 Revive main, 9 of 10. And then Pumpkin Duke. So those are my main talents, 6 of 8. And Pixie, 4 Revive. You can see I got 1400 base attack buff. And this is nice because it provides a nice balance between huge attack, huge HP. Whereas that Zerk is going to give you insane amounts of attack and low HP, the Revite actually provides a hell of a lot of HP, 25k HP. So this is how I like to roll on Pixie. Gives her huge heals, and the fact that she's 9 to 10 is also giving her huge heals. With nothing else, nothing else different. Her 9 to 10 heal will be bigger than a Druid heal, and you can see how fast she's popping off those heals. They're pretty quick, so she's gonna be able to give you enough heals for the people you need when you need them. People say, oh, the cooldown and only 3. Only 3 doesn't matter. 3 is more than enough. And the cooldown at 9 to 10 is sufficient, right? It's not the best scenario, but it's good enough. It's the same as Vlad's cooldown. You can see this is my bench Santa, 9 to 10, 5-8 War God. Doesn't matter what crest he gets, 9 to 5 Inscript. Benched, right? He's not. You just saw me farm S without him. He's not ideal. I put in Santa and lost many times. I've tried to. And where are we going? I just want to show you the Malt 5-8 Life Drain. That's pretty critical. And 9 to 10. I made that post a little while ago, so the skills are all going up. Inscriptions haven't changed a ton because I was mostly trying to. After I started farming S, I said, fuck it, I don't need any more inscriptions. I just started trying to forge for Psy Shield crests just to play around with that, but haven't had a whole lot of luck. So I don't know, maybe I'll start going back. But he doesn't have a mega crest set on him because of that life drain. I think that life drain and his base HP is huge. Base attack is huge. I don't think he needs a mega, and with the 5 life drain, I don't think he needs a mega crest. So I just roll with basically a 3 bulwark that I've started to bring up. That I'll continue to bring up, I guess, in 95 Inscript. So that's it. I don't know if I'm going to make more videos. We'll see. I suppose I will. I'm always trying to do something, show the guild different things. Guild Hey Yo on iOS. Maybe I'll make a boss video. Go max damage on boss 4 tonight. But that's pretty much it. These are the things I use to farm S. Town Hall 20, no magic towers, essentially all the time, right? Nothing's 100%, but these are the heroes, this is the base that I found is going to get you close enough. So good luck, and get to it. T's next on the list. Later.